Hello, and welcome to the Mueller Report on Weed with Amie. That's me. We decided to do a live one because why the fuck not? I decided to wear a kimono because also why the fuck not? Where we left off, well, my battery died on my damn camera, and that's what happened. So where we left off is we talked about the Taint team, which is fantastic to talk about. So we're going to continue the Taint team tale, that is the Mueller report. We do the Mueller report that has been put out by the Washington Post. We are on page 10, and we plan on getting through page 13. I know that seems very small, but we plan on doing that. And we're going to do the Appendix D as well, because there's an Appendix D that we got to go through. So my cat is trying to drink my tea. Do not do that. My cat Bender will probably be coming in and out of here. Matter of fact, I have to push him down from my tea thing, and he's probably going to do something vindictive soon. And no, he didn't just yet. Okay, so but first things first, let's get a little smoky smoke. This is from my friend Johnny's stash, so I appreciate that. So basically, about each week or so, I plan to do this on Mondays to get you guys caught up on the Mueller report. And we do it while we smoke down. Not a bad idea. Because I feel, with this report, in order to know what the fuck's going on, we have a little something to go along with that. And you guys, while you're watching, you can post comments and whatnot, and I will try to squint and read them. All right. So I'm going to let that simmer. Oh, woo. So, the Mueller report on weed. Here we go. So, here we go. We are on page 10. And we're starting about 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph down. So here we go. So I might have to go a little bit earlier into this because, like I said in the other episode, our battery went shit. So here we go. Further, the office learned that some of the individuals we interviewed or whose conduct we investigated, including some associated with the Trump campaign, deleted relevant communications or communicated during the relevant period using applications that feature encryption or that do not provide for long-term retention of data or communication records. In such cases, the office was not able to corroborate witness statements through comparison to contemporaneous communications or fully question witnesses about statements that appeared inconsistent with other known facts. Accordingly, while this report embodies factual and legal determinations that the office believes to be accurate and complete to its greatest extent possible, given these identified gaps, the office cannot rule out the possibility that the unavailable information would shed additional light on or cast a new light on the events described in the report. Okay, so here we go. We are going to uppercase I, the special counsel's investigation. On May 17th, 2017, Deputy Attorney General Rob J. Rosenstein, then serving as acting Attorney General for the Russia investigation following the recusal of former Attorney General Jeff Sessions on March 2nd, 2016, appointed the special counsel to investigate Russian interference with the 2016 presidential election and related matters. Office of the Deputy Attorney General Order number, and then we go into some numbers, 3915-2017. Appointment of special counsel to investigate Russian interference with the 2016 presidential election and related matters, May 17th, 2017. Appointment order. Relying on the authority vested in the acting attorney general, including 28 USC, squiggly, 589, and then 510, and then 515. The acting attorney general ordered the appointment of a special counsel in order to discharge the acting attorney general's responsibility to providing supervision and management of the Department of Justice and to ensure a full and thorough investigation of the Russian government's efforts to interfere in 2016 presidential election. Appointment order introduction, the special counsel. The order stated is authorized to conduct the investigation confirmed by then FBI Director James B. Comey in testimony before the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence on March 20th, 2017, including, lowercase I, any links and or coordination between the Russian government and individuals associated with the campaign of President Donald Trump, and, two lowercase i's, any matters that arose or may arise directly from the investigation, and, three lowercase i's, any other matters within the scope of 20 CFR squiggly 600.4 A in brackets. Lowercase a in brackets. So appointment order, lowercase b in brackets. Section 600.4 affords the special counsel the authority to investigate and prosecute federal crimes committed in the course of and with intent to interfere with the special counsel's investigation, such as perjury, obstruction of justice, destruction of evidence, and intimidation of witnesses. Wouldn't that be funny? Imitation witnesses, like imitation crab. Intimidating witnesses. 28 CFR squiggly 600.4 brackets A. The authority to investigate any matters that arose directly from the investigation. Appointment order B, lowercase b, two lowercase i's, so two, covers similar crimes that may have occurred during the course of the FBI's confirmed investigation before the special counsel's appointment. If the special counsel believes it is necessary and appropriate, the order further provided the special counsel is authorized to prosecute federal crimes arising from the investigation of these matters. Okay. ID C in brackets. Finally, the acting attorney general made applicable sections 600.4 through 600.10 of Title 28 of the Code of Federal Regulations. Okay, and then lowercase d in brackets. So next paragraph, we are on page 11, towards the end though. The bottom of 11, I should say. The acting attorney general further clarified the scope of the special counsel's investigatory authority in two subsequent memoranda. Some memos. Here we go, guys. A memorandum dated August 2nd, 2017 explained that the appointment order had been worded categorically in order to permit its public release without confirming specific investigations, including specific individuals. It then confirmed that the special counsel had been authorized since his appointment to investigate allegations that 3 Trump campaign officials, Carter Page, Paul Manafort, and George Papadopoulos, committed a crime or crimes by colluding with Russian government officials with respect to the Russian government's efforts to interfere with the 2016 presidential election. The memorandum also confirmed the special counsel's authority to investigate certain other matters, including 2 additional sets of allegations involving Manafort, crimes arising from payments he received from the Ukrainian government, and crimes arising from his receipt of loans from a bank whose CEO was then seeking a position in the Trump administration. Allegations that Papadopoulos committed a crime or crimes by acting as an unregistered agent of the Israeli government, and 4 sets of allegations involving Michael Flynn, the former national security advisor to President Trump. Okay, so now we're on page 12. This is the second paragraph. Here we go. On October 20th, 2017, the acting attorney general confirmed in a memorandum that the special counsel's investigative authority as to several individuals and entities. First, as part of a full and thorough investigation of the Russian government's efforts to interfere in the 2016 presidential election, the special counsel has authorized to investigate the pertinent activities of Michael Cohen, Richard Gates, and redacted. And it says personal privacy is what it says. And then comma, Roger Stone and another personal privacy. You can see another blacked out type situation. So it looks like there are two names that we're not going to learn at this point. Okay, so confirmation of the authorization to investigate such individuals. The memorandum stressed does not suggest that the special counsel has made a determination that any of them has committed a crime. Second, with respect to Michael Cohen, the memorandum recognized that the special counsel's authority to investigate leads related to Cohen's establishment and use of Essential Consultants LLC to inter alia, I'm not sure what that is, so to comma, inter, I-N-T-E-R, space, A-L-I-A, comma, receive funds from Russian-backed entities. Okay, so third, the memorandum, okay, there was a lot of M's, I'm very sorry. Third, the memorandum memorialized the special counsel's authority to investigate individuals and entities who were possibly engaged in jointly undertaken activities with existing subjects of the investigation, including Paul Manafort. Finally, the memorandum described an FBI investigation opened before the special counsel's appointment into allegations that then Attorney General Jeff Sessions made false statements to the United States Senate and confirmed that the special counsel's authority to investigate that matter. Ooh, girl. All right, so it looks like it's just getting, it's almost like shotgunning it. Big ups to T. You a T fan? Rock and roll. All right. So back to it, page 12. The special counsel structured the investigation in view of his power and authority to exercise all investigative and prosecutorial functions of any United States attorney. Okay, so 28 CFR, School Legally 600.6. Like a U.S. Attorney's Office, the Special Counsel's Office considered a range of classified and unclassified information available to the FBI in the course of the office's Russia investigation, and the office secured that work around evidence for possible use in prosecutions of federal crimes, assuming that one or more crimes were identified that warranted prosecution. There was substantial evidence immediately available to the special counsel at the inception of the investigation in May of 2017 because the FBI had, by that time, already investigated Russian election interference for nearly 10 months. The special counsel's office exercised its judgments regarding what to investigate and did not, for instance, investigate any public report of a contact between the Trump campaign and Russian-affiliated individuals and entities. Okay, so the office has concluded its investigation into links and coordination between the Russian government and individuals associated with the Trump campaign. Certain proceedings associated with the office's work remain ongoing. After consultation with the Office of the Deputy Attorney General, the office has transferred responsibility for those remaining issues to other components of the Department of Justice and FBI. Appendix D lists those transfers. Okay, so hold on to Appendix D. We're going to get to Appendix D after these couple of lines, okay? So hold on to your hats because it's about to get cray, I believe. Okay. 2 district courts confirmed the breadth of the special counsel's authority to investigate Russia election interference and links and or coordination with the Trump campaign. See United States versus Paul Manafort, United States v. Manafort, and there's a lot of legally supplemental stuff. So that's probably in our Appendix D, where we will visit in just a minute. In the course of conducting that investigation, the office periodically identified evidence of potential criminal activity that was outside the scope of the special counsel's authority established by the acting attorney general. After consultation within the Office of the Deputy Attorney General, the office referred that evidence to appropriate law enforcement authorities, principally other components of the Department of Justice, and to the FBI. Appendix D summarizes those referrals. Okay, so we're at the top of page 13. What we're going to do now is we're going to go right to Appendix D, which I marked. to check out what's going on here. So first things first, I'm going to do that. Okay, all right. So Appendix D, if you're following along in the Mueller report, here's Appendix D. Appendix D is on page 491. So we're going to go to that and we're going to read some of this, okay? So Appendix D looks like it's about 6 pages, but a lot of it is redacted. So we're going to get into this. So here we go. So this is Appendix D of the Mueller report. Appendix D, Special Counsel's Office transferred, referred, and completed cases. Ooh, why is a lot of this like redacted and stuff if they're like done cases? Wow. Okay, so this is going to get a lot of questions. Okay, Special Counsel's, okay, This appendix identifies matters transferred or referred by the Special Counsel's Office as well as cases prosecuted by the office that are now completed. Letter A, transfers. The Special Counsel's Office has concluded its investigation into links and coordination between the Russian government and the individuals associated with the Trump campaign. Certain matters assigned to the office by the Acting Attorney General have not fully concluded as of the date of this report. After consultation with the Office of the Deputy Attorney General, the office has transferred responsibility for those matters to other components of the Department of Justice and FBI. Those transfers include, this is number 1, United States versus Bijan Rafkin and Kamel Akin Hatikin. I'm going to spell these. First name Bijan, last name Rafiek. I-A-N. The next name, Kamil, middle name, E-K-I-M, last name, A-L-P-T-E-K-I-N. Okay, so this was at the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia. And it says, awaiting trial. The Acting Attorney General authorized the Special Counsel to investigate, among other things, possible criminal conduct by Michael Flynn in acting as an unregistered agent for the government of Turkey. See August 2nd, 2017 memorandum from Rod Rosenstein to Robert S. Mueller III. The Acting Attorney General later confirmed that the Special Counsel's authority to investigate Rafkin and Alktin, I'm going to say our money and A money, because they may have been jointly involved with Flynn in FARA-related crimes. See October 20th, 2017 memorandum of Associate Deputy Attorney General Scott Schools of Deputy Attorney General Rod J. Rosenstein. On December 1st, 2017, Flynn pleaded guilty to an information charging him with making false statements to the FBI about his contacts with the Russian ambassador to the United States. As part of the plea, Flynn agreed to a statement of the offense in which he acknowledged that the Foreign Agents Registration Act, or FARA, documents he filed on March 7, 2017 contained materially false statements and omissions. Flynn's plea, that's hard to say right up front there. Thanks. Flynn's plea occurred before the Special Counsel had made a final decision on whether to charge Rafkin or Aptkin our money or A money. On March 27, 2018, after consultation with the Office of the Deputy Attorney General, the Special Counsel's Office referred the investigation of our money and A money to the National Security Division, NSD, for any action it deemed appropriate. The Special Counsel's Office determined the referral was appropriate because the investigation of Flynn had been completed and that investigation had provided the rationale for the office's investigation of our money and A money at NSD's request. The Eastern District of Virginia continued the investigation of our money and A money. Okay, so number 2, that would be United States versus Michael Flynn. United States Attorney's Office of the District of Columbia awaiting sentencing. All right, so number 3 is United States versus Richard Gates. That was also in the District of Columbia awaiting sentencing. Number 4, United States versus Internet Research Agency et al. Russian social media campaign. That's at the United States Attorney's Office of the District of Columbia, National Security District. There's post-indictment, pre-arrest, and pre-trial One defendant, Concord Management Consulting LLC, appeared through counsel and is in pretrial litigation. Okay. So United States versus Konstantin Kiliminik, and I know I'm messing that up. United States Attorney's Office of the District of Columbia, again, post-indictment, pre-arrest. Number 6, United States versus Paul Manafort. U.S. Attorney's Office of the District of Columbia, U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia, post-conviction. Number 7, United States versus Viktor Netkyoso et al. Russian hacking operations, U.S. Attorney Office for the Western District of Pennsylvania, National Security Division, post-indictment, pre-arrest. Number 8 is United States versus William Samuel Patton, United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia, awaiting sentences. The acting Attorney General authorized the special counsel to investigate aspects of Patton's conduct that related to other matter that was under investigation by the office. The investigation uncovered evidence of a crime. The United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia handled the prosecution of Patton. And then here we go into some redacting this. So number 9 is totally redacted, and it says harm to ongoing matter. It says the Attorney General authorized special counsel to investigate, among other things, crime or crimes arising out of payments Paul Manafort received from the Ukrainian government for and during the tenure of President Viktor Yanov. Oh gosh, I need to brush up on my Russian names. Viktor Yanukovych. Okay, we'll go with that. So see August 2nd, 2017, memorandum from Rod Rosenstein to Robert S. Mueller III. The acting Attorney General later confirmed the special counsel's authority to investigate, and then we got all kinds of redacting. Boom, boom, boom. It says harm to ongoing matter. So some stuff going on there. We skipped from that redacting part to on October 27, 2017, Paul Manafort and Richard Gates were charged in the District of Columbia with various crimes, including FARA, in connection with work they performed for Russian-backed political entities in Ukraine. On February 2nd, 2018, Manafort and Gates were charged in the Eastern District of Virginia with various crimes in connection with the payments they received for work performed for Russia-backed political entities in Ukraine. During the course of its, and then harm to ongoing matter, the special counsel's office developed substantial evidence with respect to individuals and entities that were, and then harm to ongoing matter. It looks like a whole darn sentence. And then there's a sub 2, and that is also blacked out, harm to ongoing matter. So then we go on. On February 23rd, 2018, Gates pleaded guilty in District Columbia to a multi-object conspiracy and to making false statements. The remaining charges against Gates were dismissed. Now, sub 3, it says Manafort was ultimately convicted at trial in Eastern District of Virginia and pleaded guilty in District of Columbia. See Volume 1, Section 1VA8. The trial and plea happened after the transfer decision described here. Okay. Gotcha. Therefore, going back up to the thing here. Therefore, in consultation with the Office of the Deputy Attorney General, the Special Counsel's Office closed the, and then harm to ongoing matter, and referred them, harm to ongoing matter, for further investigation as it deemed appropriate. The office based its decision to close those matters on its mandate, the indictments of Manafort, Gates' plea, and its determination as to how best to allocate its resources, among other reasons. And then harm to ongoing matter at harm to ongoing matter continued the investigation of those closed matters. So number 10, United States versus Roger Stone, U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia, awaiting trial. Number 11, it says harm to ongoing matter, and it says investigation ongoing. So now we're to letter B, that's referrals. During the course of the investigation, the office periodically identified evidence of potential criminal activity that was outside the scope of the special counsel's jurisdiction established by the acting Attorney General. After consultation with the Office of the Deputy Attorney General, the office referred that evidence to appropriate law enforcement authorities, principally other components of the Department of Justice and the FBI. Those referrals listed alphabetically by subject are summarized below. Now, you'll see right here, we're going to have some problems reading through this. It is quite heavily redacted. So 1 is redacted. We're going to move to 2. Michael Cohen, during the course of the investigation, the special counsel's office uncovered evidence of potential wire fraud and FECA violations pertaining to Michael Cohen. That evidence was referred to the United States Office for the Southern District of New York and the FBI's New York field office. Number 3, totally redacted, says harm to ongoing matter. Number 4, same thing. Number 5, though, we've got Gregory, harm to ongoing matter, Sacken, Arps, Slate, Mueller, and Flum, LLP. Sounds like something crazy. Here we go. During the course of the FAR investigation of Paul Manafort and Rick Gates, Special Counsel's Office uncovered evidence of potential FAR violations pertaining to harm to ongoing matter. Gregory Craig, Skaden, Arps, Slate, Mueller, and Flum, LLP, Skaden, and their work on behalf of the government of Ukraine. After consultation with the NSD, the evidence regarding Greg and then harm to ongoing matter was referred to NSD, and NSD elected to partner with the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York and the FBI's New York field office. NSD later elected to partner on the Craig matter with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia. NSD retained and handled issues relating to Skaden itself. All right, so then basically, it looks like subject 6 through 14. Wow, subject 6 through 14 are totally redacted, and it says harm to ongoing matters. You can see all that. This ridiculousness. So there you go. So now, finally, C, completed prosecutions. In 3 cases prosecuted by Special Counsel's Office, the defendants have completed or are about to complete their terms of imprisonment. Because no further proceedings are likely in any case, responsibility for them has not been transferred to any other office or component. So number 1 is United States versus George Papadopoulos, post-conviction, completed term of imprisonment, December 7th, 2018. Number 2, United States versus Alex Van de Zwaan, post-conviction, completed term of imprisonment, June 4th, 2018. Number 3 is United States versus Richard Pinedo, Pinedo. Pinedo. Sounds right? Sure. Post-conviction, currently in residential reentry center, release date, May 13th, 2019. Okay. So we're going to stop right there. That was Appendix D. That was a lot to chew on. And there was a lot of redaction as well in that particular thing. The next one will continue on page 13. It's the second paragraph. Just kind of looking ahead, we are definitely in for some crazy Okay, that's a bit much, don't you think? We're definitely going to have some crazy redactions in this. We'll get to the next part of the Mueller report. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And thank you for checking out everything. And if you get a chance, go back and look at the other ones. Share this with your friends. Subscribe so you know when we're going to do these live things. And I think we're going to do these a lot more. And hopefully you'll be commenting on the side and we can have some fun with that. So anyway, the Mueller report on weed, woo, with Amie, bam, that's me, is over with. And you have a fantastic rest of your night, day, or whenever you're watching this. And thank you again. Thank you, bye.